Good morning, children. So now we are going to discuss the topic as the motion of a central mass. So we have seen that how we are representing the central mass of a system. So we have seen that R is equal to summation of mi Ri divided by m. So this is only we represented the central mass of a system. So we can modify this equation. We can represent this as mr is equal to summation of mi Ri. Or we can represent in this complete equation as mr is equal to what is coming m1. You can see that r1 plus en2 r2 plus etc. up to what is coming mn rn. So this way we can representing our central mass of the system. Now we are going to consider a situation which suppose we are going to differentiate this equation, differentiating with respect to time. So here when we are differentiating this equation with respect to time, our equation you can see that m into dr by dt. So here also we are doing this differentiation with respect to time. So you can observe that m1 into dr1 by dt plus m2 into dr2 by dt plus etc. up to you can see that mn into drn by dt. So this way we are differentiating this equation with respect to time. So we are getting our equation as like this. You can observe that this is a rate of change of displacement. So we can represent this as m into v. So m into v is equal to, here also we can represent m1 into v1 plus m2 into v2 plus, you can observe that mn into vn we can say. That means v1 and v2 except after vn are the velocities of the individual particles of this system. So v1 is considered as the velocity of the first particle, v2 is considered as the velocity of the second particle. Like you say, n particles are there, so vn is considered as the velocity of the nth particle, and the capital V, which is considered as the velocity of the central mass of the system. Now, once again, if you are differentiating with respect to time, you can see that if you are differentiating with respect to time, this equation becomes m into dv by dt is equal to m1 into dv1 by dt plus m2 into dv2 by dt plus etc. up to, you can see that mn into dvn by dt. So this way we are writing our equation. So we can rewrite this equation as, you can see that m into dv by dt. m into dv by dt is equal to, you can observe that I will write once again m1 into dv1 by dt plus m2 into dv2 by dt plus etc. up to mn into dvn by dt. So this way we are writing this equation when we are differentiating with respect to time. You see that what is this? This is capital letter V only, velocity of the central mass of the system. So you can see that m into dv by dt, rate of change of velocity is acceleration. That means m into a is equal to, you can see that m1 into a1 plus m2 into a2 plus etc. up to mn into an you can say. That means this equation we can represent it, where capital A is considered as the acceleration of the central mass of the system. So this equation we can represent as ma is equal to what is coming. You can see that ma is equal to f1 plus f2 plus etc. up to fn, where f1, f2 etc. up to fn are considered as the individual forces acting on each particle. And this F1 is you can see that combined effect of internal forces as well as external forces acting on a particle. You know that when we are concerned the case of internal forces are always existing in pair only. So internal forces will cancel. Ultimately these forces are remains as external forces. So we can say that MA is considered as, which is equal to what is coming F external we can say. If external is the sum of all the external forces are acting on this system. So we can say the central mass of the system as if all the masses of the particles concentrated at the central mass of the system and all the external forces are acting on that point. Okay.